Matthew Tkachuk isn't just a star, he's a problem. He fights, he flops, he scores, and he drags teams into hell with him. He broke jaws, broke hearts in Calgary, then forced his way out, only to lead Florida to the Stanley Cup final. How does a guy become the most hated clutch player in the NHL and love every second of it? This is the harsh truth about Matthew Tkachuk, and trust me, it's wilder than you think. Matthew Tkachuk was born into hockey royalty on December 11, 1997 in Scottsdale, Arizona, as the son of Keith Tkachuk, one of the NHL's most feared power forwards. 6 foot 2 inches, 235 pounds, over 500 career goals, nearly 1,000 points in an 18-year career. He grew up literally inside NHL arenas, with his mother dropping him off at NHL practices while Keith played or coached. Mini-stick games in the stands became childhood training grounds. His brother Brady and sister Taryn also became elite athletes, but Matthew's fire was instantly recognizable. He leapt onto the NHL scene after being taken 6th overall by Calgary in the 2016 draft. The Flames saw raw talent, grit, and an edge. That edge, it surfaced before he even set foot on NHL ice. While playing junior hockey for the London Knights in 2017, he was penalized and suspended for a spearing incident from the bench, a glaring indicator of his willingness to break the rules. A second spear in the same season earned him yet another fine. The league even called it junior hockey stuff. From day one, Tkachuk played with physicality, aggression, and a controversial style that made fans cheer and rivals seethe. He wasn't just the coach's dream, he was the other team's nightmare. Every pre-NHL suspension brought him both criticism and a warning. Here comes the next level pest. But Calgary didn't just get Keith's kid, they inherited someone far more dangerous. Matthew Tkachuk exploded onto the NHL scene as Calgary's number 19 in the 2016-17 season, immediately setting himself apart as both a top scorer and a provocateur. In his rookie year, he registered 13 goals and 35 assists in 76 games, earning a Calder Trophy nomination. Yet he also racked up a staggering 105 penalty minutes, sending a clear message: he would score and start fights. From the start, Tkachuk's blueprint was simple: aggressively physical under any circumstances. Opponents like Drew Doughty called him the most hated player in the league, accusing him of playing dirty after elbowing him in 2017, an incident that sparked a long-running feud. He drew attention again during the intense Battle of Alberta, where he slew-floored Zach Kassian with a hit so violent it sparked brawls and penalty chaos, earning Tkachuk a turtling critique for refusing to fight back, even as Flames scored the power play winner. Yet beneath the bravado lay genuine talent. In 2018-19, he erupted for 34 goals, 43 assists, a 77-point season with over 60 PIM. He became the youngest former Flame with 100 career games, highlighting his dual identity as both high-volume scorer and relentless agitator. His antics weren't random. He baited opponents, drew penalties, and created momentum-shifting opportunities. Flames fans loved it. Rivals hated it. Tkachuk wasn't just playing hockey. He was systematically weaponizing chaos. But as he got better, Calgary got worse. And when the fire burned out, Matthew made his move. In July 2022, Matthew Tkachuk shocked the hockey world. He announced he wouldn't re-sign long-term with Calgary, even after a career-best season with 104 points, 42 goals, 62 assists, a move that triggered a historic sign-and-trade to the Florida Panthers. The Flames, keen to recoup value from their star winger, orchestrated a deal that made NHL history. Tkachuk was signed to an 8-year, $76 million contract by Calgary and then immediately shipped out, the first true sign-and-trade in league history. In return, Calgary landed a huge haul: 2022 Stanley Cup finalist Jonathan Huberdeau, top defenseman Mackenzie Weegar, a first-round pick in 2025, and prospect Cole Schwindt. It was the second ever swap of 100-point players between teams. Tkachuk for Huberdeau, a feat only matched once before in NHL history. Flames fans were torn. Many praised the strategic asset return. Others felt emotionally blindsided, feeling Tkachuk had forced his exit. Florida, meanwhile, bet big. They gained not just a scorer, but a fiery cultural catalyst, locking him in long-term. While some warned the price was too steep, the Panthers believed Tkachuk's blend of intensity and production was worth it. This wasn't a simple trade. It was a calculated, franchise-altering decision. the kind of move seen in the NFL or NBA when elite talent demands control. But as Calgary hoped to rebuild, Florida prepared to dominate. Florida got a star, but no one expected what happened next. In his first season with Florida, 2022-23, Matthew Tkachuk didn't just join a lineup. He turned into the spark that ignited a franchise. He finished the year with 109 points, 40 goals, 69 assists, leading the Panthers in assists, points, plus-minus, plus 29, and penalty minutes, an all-in-one catalyst on both ends of the ice. But the real magic came in the playoffs. Tkachuk skyrocketed to 24 points in just 20 games, including an impressive 11 goals. He became one of the most clutch players of the postseason, scoring multiple overtime winners, including a laser beam goal with 12.7 seconds left in quadruple overtime to topple Carolina in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, the 6th longest game in NHL history. Tkachuk wasn't just scoring, he was dominating puck battles, throwing heavy hits, and drawing power play chances. In fact, he produced game-winning goals in 4 separate playoff games. His consistent pressure under the toughest moments echoed the resilience of playoff legends, players who thrive when every shift could change history. He even played through pain, later revealed he had a broken sternum during the Stanley Cup final, yet still recorded points and inspired teammates. This wasn't just momentum, it was a transformation. This version of Tkachuk wasn't just chewing on his mouthguard, he was single-handedly dragging Florida deep into playoff wars. Even after back-to-back Stanley Cup wins with Florida, Matthew Tkachuk remains hockey's most polarizing figure, a calculated chaos agent who draws unrest and respect in equal measure. In the 2022-23 playoffs alone, he racked up 74 penalty minutes in 20 games, an average of nearly 3.7 penalty minutes per game, more than any other top postseason performer. But behind the penalties and intensity lies a cultural leader. Tkachuk led the NHL in penalties drawn during the 23-24 season, 46 drawn calls, ranking him among the elite agitators like Brady Tkachuk and Brad Marchand. That tells two stories. Opponents fear him, and officials pay attention to his impact. It's the kind of edge that changes the temperature of a game. Decisive, disruptive, yet always composed. Inside the Panthers' locker room, teammates credit him with creating a ferocious culture. As one current NHL player told ESPN, "They hit you and stand over you, embarrass you physically and on the scoreboard." Off the ice, Tkachuk reveals a supportive, team-oriented leader focused on unity, not chaos, for its own sake. Florida's coach Paul Maurice praised the group's chemistry and toughness, fueled by Tkachuk's example. Opponents still hate him, but they also acknowledge his value. He's that rare star, someone you'd avoid playing against, but crave having on your own team. Tkachuk didn't just adapt, he perfected his role as both villain and vanguard. Here's the harsh truth about Matthew Tkachuk. He's not just a pest, never just a pure star. He's a lethal hybrid. He combines the scoring touch of a 30-goal winger with the disruptive strategic aggression of a top agitator. Over his NHL career, Tkachuk has posted 3 consecutive 100-plus point seasons, a rare feat combining elite offense with off-the-charts physical play. He draws penalties, sets the tone mentally, and shifts momentum, while dropping jaws and angering rivals. It's a rare skill set, like having your top scorer also be your emotional detonator, setting the tone, reading the ice, and blowing up the script all at once. He chose to leave Calgary just as he was breaking out into superstardom, a bold, calculated move that split a fan base and flipped 2 franchises. In Florida, he hasn't just fit in, he's elevated the Panthers into perennial contenders, leading them to the Stanley Cup final without sacrificing his edge. Matthew Tkachuk is proof that in modern hockey, being despised can be just as valuable as being adored, as long as you're productive. He's the player you dread on the ice, but silently wish was on your roster. This isn't fluff. It's the raw, unapologetic reality of a hockey villain turned franchise cornerstone. Don't forget to subscribe for more brutal truths about your favorite NHL villains. Only raw stories, no fluff.